Have you ever found yourself asking, why do I always attract people who can't love me back? It's a painful question, one that speaks to a longing for a love that feels real, reciprocal, and safe. You might wonder, why do I end up giving so much, only to feel unseen and unheard in return? The experience of attracting emotionally unavailable people can leave us feeling drained, confused, and questioning our own worthiness of love. This pattern of attraction often leaves us feeling like we're reaching out into the darkness, hoping for a hand to meet ours, only to find emptiness. The yearning for connection is a deeply human experience, and it's heartbreaking to feel like our efforts to create that connection are met with silence or distance. It's easy to internalize these experiences and believe that we are somehow flawed or undeserving of the love we seek. But the truth is, you're not alone. Countless individuals have found themselves caught in this same cycle, drawn to partners who struggle to meet their emotional needs. This isn't about blame or judgment. It's about understanding the complex dynamics that draw us to certain people and the ways in which our past experiences shape our present relationships. This video is an invitation to explore these patterns with gentleness and curiosity. It's a soft place to land, to feel seen and heard, and to begin to untangle the threads of your own story. This isn't about rushing to fix ourselves or placing blame on ourselves or others. It's about creating a space for understanding, self-compassion, and ultimately healing. Emotional unavailability isn't just about someone being aloof or emotionally reserved. It goes deeper than that. It's about an inability or unwillingness to fully engage in the emotional landscape of a relationship. This can manifest in many ways, often leaving the other person feeling unseen, unheard, and emotionally unsupported. At its core, emotional unavailability is a defense mechanism, a way of protecting oneself from potential hurt, vulnerability, or rejection. It often stems from past experiences of pain or loss, creating a fear of intimacy and a reluctance to let others in. While it's easy to label emotionally unavailable people as cold or uncaring, it's important to remember that this behavior often stems from their own unresolved wounds. Emotionally unavailable individuals often erect walls, both consciously and unconsciously, to keep others at arm's length. They might shy away from deep conversations, especially those that delve into feelings or require vulnerability. Commitment can feel like a trap, a loss of freedom, leading them to avoid defining the relationship or making future plans. There's often a sense of being held at a distance, of always reaching out but never quite bridging the gap. You might find yourself pouring your heart out, only to be met with silence, deflection, or a change of subject. This lack of emotional reciprocity can be incredibly draining, leaving you feeling like you're carrying the weight of the relationship's emotional needs on your own. This pattern can create a cycle of you trying harder, giving more, and contorting yourself to try and earn their love and affection. However, genuine intimacy requires both people to show up authentically and vulnerably. When one person consistently holds back, it creates an imbalance that can be difficult to sustain long-term. Recognizing the signs of emotional unavailability is crucial in understanding the dynamics of the relationship. It's not about labeling or judging the other person, but rather about becoming aware of the patterns that are present. One of the most telling signs is inconsistent communication. You might find yourself reaching out only to be met with delayed responses, canceled plans, or a general lack of effort in maintaining consistent contact. When you do connect, the conversations might feel superficial, lacking depth or genuine emotional sharing. They might deflect personal questions, change the subject when you try to talk about feelings, or offer vague responses that leave you feeling unsure about where you stand. Another red flag is an inability to make or keep commitments. This can range from small, everyday promises to larger discussions about the future of the relationship. They might avoid defining the relationship, shy away from making future plans, or even pull back when things start to feel more serious or committed. This fear of commitment often stems from a desire to maintain control and avoid vulnerability. By keeping their options open, they protect themselves from the potential pain of rejection or heartbreak. However, this leaves the other person feeling insecure, unimportant, and unsure about where they stand in the relationship. Why are we drawn to those who struggle to give us the love we crave? It's a complex question, one without easy answers. Often the answer lies not in the other person, but within ourselves. We might be unconsciously drawn to what feels familiar, even if that familiarity is rooted in pain or unmet needs. Our early experiences, particularly those within our families of origin, shape our understanding of love and relationships. If we grew up witnessing or experiencing emotional unavailability, it can become our normal. We learn to associate love with distance, inconsistency, or a need to work hard to earn affection. This isn't about blame. Our caregivers likely did the best they could with the resources and understanding they had. However, these early patterns can create a blueprint for our future relationships, leading us to unconsciously seek out partners who mirror those dynamics. Think back to your childhood. Were your emotional needs consistently met? Did you feel safe expressing your feelings openly and honestly? Was affection readily given, or did it feel conditional, something you had to earn or prove yourself worthy of? Our early experiences shape our beliefs about ourselves and what we deserve in relationships. If we grew up feeling unseen, unheard, or emotionally neglected, we might carry those wounds into adulthood, seeking out partners who unconsciously confirm those beliefs. Ironically, sometimes the very thing we long for, deep, intimate connection, can also be the thing we fear the most. If we've been hurt in the past, if we've experienced betrayal, rejection, or loss, we might build walls around our hearts to protect ourselves from further pain. This fear of intimacy can manifest as a tendency to choose partners who are emotionally unavailable. Their distance, while painful, can also feel safe. It allows us to control the level of intimacy, to keep a part of ourselves guarded and protected. However, this safety comes at a cost. True intimacy requires vulnerability, a willingness to show up authentically and let someone see us for who we truly are, flaws and all. When we choose partners who are emotionally unavailable, we deny ourselves the opportunity to experience the depth and richness of a truly connected relationship. When we're caught in this pattern of attracting emotional unavailability, love can start to feel like a chase. We pour our energy into trying to fix the other person, to get them to open up, to meet our needs. We tell ourselves that if we just love them enough, if we're patient enough, understanding enough, they'll eventually change. But the truth is, we can't change other people. We can't force someone to be emotionally available if they're not ready or willing. And trying to do so only leads to further heartbreak and resentment. This pattern of chasing after unavailable partners often stems from a belief that we are somehow not enough on our own. We might believe that we need to earn love, that we need to be fixed or improved in order to be worthy of a healthy, fulfilling relationship. As we delve deeper into the reasons we attract emotionally unavailable people, we stumble upon a truth that can be difficult to face. Sometimes, the most profound form of unavailability we experience is our own. This isn't about pointing fingers or assigning blame. It's about acknowledging the ways in which we might be abandoning ourselves in our relationships, neglecting our own needs while pouring energy into someone who struggles to meet us halfway. Think about it. When we're drawn to emotionally unavailable partners, we often find ourselves making excuses for their behavior. We minimize their withdrawal, rationalize their inconsistency, and convince ourselves that if we just love them a little harder, they'll eventually come around. In doing so, we silence our own inner voice, the one that knows we deserve better, the one that yearns for reciprocity and genuine connection. Recognizing the signs of self-abandonment is a crucial step in breaking free from these unhealthy patterns. It's about tuning into your own inner compass, listening to the whispers of your heart, and acknowledging the ways in which you might be dimming your own light to accommodate someone else's darkness. Ask yourself, do you find yourself constantly making excuses for your partner's behavior? Do you minimize their unavailability, telling yourself they're just busy or stressed when you feel neglected? Do you often feel drained, depleted, or emotionally exhausted after spending time with them? Pay attention to how you feel when you're with them. Do you feel seen, heard, and valued for who you are? Or do you feel like you have to walk on eggshells, censor your thoughts and feelings, or shrink yourself to avoid conflict or rejection? Breaking free from this cycle begins with reclaiming your worthiness. It's about remembering that you are worthy of love, just as you are, without having to earn it, prove it, or change yourself to fit into someone else's mold. It's about recognizing that your needs and feelings are valid, and that you deserve to be in a relationship where they are honored and respected. This shift in perspective requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself and your relationship. It might involve setting boundaries, learning to say no to protect your energy and well-being, and prioritizing your own self-care. It's about shifting your focus from trying to change or fix your partner to understanding and healing the parts of yourself that are drawn to these patterns. It's about cultivating self-love, self-compassion, and a deep understanding of your own worthiness. Breaking free from the pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable people is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of self-discovery, healing, and ultimately learning to choose differently. It's about shifting our focus from seeking validation and love outside of ourselves to cultivating a deep and unwavering sense of self-love and worthiness within. This journey begins with awareness. By recognizing the patterns that have kept us tethered to emotionally unavailable partners, we can start to make conscious choices that lead us towards healthier, more fulfilling connections. It's about understanding that we are not defined by our past experiences, and that we have the power to rewrite the narratives that no longer serve us. Choosing differently requires courage. It means stepping outside of our comfort zones, challenging our deeply ingrained beliefs about love and relationships. It might mean walking away from relationships that no longer serve us, even if it feels scary or unfamiliar. It's about learning to set healthy boundaries, to honor our own needs and feelings, even when it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. It's about recognizing that we deserve to be with someone who is fully present, emotionally available, and capable of meeting us with the same level of love, respect, and commitment that we offer them. As you embark on this journey of healing and self-discovery, remember to be patient with yourself. Breaking free from old patterns takes time. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and times when you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's okay. The important thing is to keep moving forward, 1 step at a time. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Acknowledge your strength and resilience for choosing to break free from these patterns. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Seek out support from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in your worthiness, and who will hold space for you as you navigate this process of healing and growth. This journey is ultimately about learning to love ourselves more deeply, more fully, and more unconditionally. As you begin to understand the patterns that have led you to emotionally unavailable partners, you might feel a mix of emotions, sadness, anger, even a sense of grief for the love you craved but didn't receive. It's okay to acknowledge these feelings, to allow yourself to grieve the relationships that didn't unfold as you hoped they would. Letting go can be a painful process, but it is also a profoundly liberating one. It's about releasing the grip of the past, the stories you've told yourself about why you deserve anything less than a love that is whole, complete, and unwavering. It's about creating space in your heart for a love that doesn't require you to shrink, to dim your light, or to compromise your worthiness. Remember, you are not defined by the relationships that haven't worked out. You are not a failure because someone else wasn't able to meet you where you were at. Your worthiness is not contingent upon another person's ability to see it or to love you in the way you deserve. Your worthiness is inherent, unwavering, and always available to you, regardless of whether or not it is reflected back to you by another. This journey of healing and self-discovery is ultimately about stepping into the light of your own worth. It's about recognizing that you are deserving of a love that is kind, compassionate, and life-giving. A love that nourishes your soul, celebrates your authentic self, and inspires you to grow into the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. As you continue to do the work of healing, of setting boundaries, of learning to love yourself more deeply, you'll begin to attract different types of relationships into your life. Relationships that are grounded in mutual respect, trust, and emotional availability. Relationships that allow you to be seen, heard, and loved for who you truly are, without pretense or reservation. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are countless others who have walked this path before you, who have known the pain of unavailability, and who have emerged from the other side stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to their own hearts. Be gentle with yourself along the way. Healing takes time. Allow yourself to feel all of the emotions that arise, to grieve the losses, to celebrate the victories, and to embrace the beauty of your own unfolding journey. You are worthy of love, and you are capable of creating a life filled with deep, meaningful connections that nourish your soul and inspire your heart to soar.